Who doesn't love the deliciousness of a little empanada? I'm going to show you how to save money and make empanadas yourself at home. It saves you time. You could pre-make them ahead. You can make them ahead of time. It takes about 25-ish minutes, maybe half hour total. It's not as hard as you think. Anyone who knows me knows I've been making empanadas for 17 years-ish, about 17 years now. And I've been making and selling them since 2020. So if you like my empanadas and you would love to make them, then pay attention. We're gonna go over the types of fillings, ingredients, and ways to cook. What's first? Types of fillings. Meats. You can do chicken, beef, pork, turkey, and it can be ground or pulled, depends on your preference. It's gonna come out the same way regardless. If you want something a little lighter, you could make cheese empanadas. And what do you do with that? You just pick your favorite cheese and get it in a block form. All right, how do we get started? Our seasonings for the meat. We have adobo, sazon, red pepper flakes, Italian seasoning, and cumin. Here's the thing. When it comes to Spanish food, we don't use measurements. You shake that seasoning until the gods tell you to stop. So basically, you're seasoning to taste. So you season as much as you like. Then you mix it up. And you taste it. Now I just jumped ahead and realized that first you're going to brown your meat. So you take your ground meats, or if you're making ground beef or ground anything, you brown it, rinse it, put it back in your pan, and then you begin to season it. If you're making pulled chicken, pork, beef, you pre-make that and you season it ahead of time. So here we are making some ground beef empanadas. So I pre-browned the meat because we don't have enough time. So here you go. This is a bowl of pre-browned meat. And we're gonna add our seasonings in. And you're gonna mix. Don't forget to taste it. If you think it tastes fine, then you're ready for the next step. If you think it's lacking a little bit, then add some more seasoning. The same goes with the cheese. Here's the cheese. You cut it into nice little chunks, and you have it ready to go. Let's get to the easy part, making the empanada. All right, let's assemble these little bad boys. Now I'm going to show you two different ways. You have our old school way of using a fork, or we have this little pinch press. So if you're using the pinch press, you're going to take your dough and put it right into this little press. You're going to push down the sides. Now with this, I use just a regular tablespoon that you would use for cereal or soup, whatever. And I use that to scoop in the meat. You're going to put 1.5 scoops, depending on how fat you want your empanadas. And then you just pinch. Push your weight down, close it. When you open it, voila, a little empanada. Then I'm going to show you the old school way. You take some flour, sprinkle it, take your disc, pat it down, spread it out a little bit. Again, 1.5 scoops of meat. Then you press it closed. You take your fork and you pinch all the sides. Flip, pinch again. Now let's show you cheese. It's the same thing. If you're going to use your press, you put it on your press. Take your pre-sliced chunks of cheese, put one in there. Depending on how thick you slice your cheese, depends on how many pieces you can put inside. And then you're going to pinch it closed. Boop, there we go. For the cheese empanada. And then we do the old school way. Flour, put your dough down, press, cheese in the middle. Use your fork to pinch it closed. And there we go. Now, when it comes to cooking your empanadas, there's a few ways. You can bake at 375 for about 20 minutes. It's gonna depend on your oven, and you're gonna wanna watch it. You can air fry for, again, 375. This is about 6 to 7 minutes. It's quicker, and you don't even have to flip it. Or you can do the old school way, the old school traditional way of frying with oil. Today I'm using canola oil, but you can use vegetable oil or any kind of oil you prefer. You fill a pan up with about 1/4 cup of oil. And this also depends on the type of pan you're using, because you want your empanada to be at least half covered when you're frying. So the type of pan I'm using, a 1/4 cup does the trick. You turn your oil on, leave it on a medium setting. To test it, you take a little bit of flour and you just sprinkle it in. If it starts to bubble, a nice bubble, then that means you're ready to go. So here we go, we're gonna put these bad boys in. And it's about 3 minutes on each side. It really depends on how hot your oil is. It could be even faster. You just want it to get like a nice golden brown. And then another way, while this is frying up here, another way that you can also do it is if you're trying to make a head, you can make them and freeze them. Then when you want to make your empanadas, all you have to do is take out your Ziploc that has your frozen empanadas, leave it out for about half hour, and they'll thaw pretty quickly. Or you can just take them out as you want them. If you just want 1 or 2 for a snack, take it out, leave it on the counter, let it thaw out, and then cook it with your preferred cooking method. Now that the hard part's done, let's review so you can make your own delicious empanadas. Remember, you're gonna choose your filling, gather all your ingredients, pick the way you wanna cook it, and then enjoy that deliciousness.